welcome back to another lockdown special, the Tatts and Tarrasques Waterdeep lockdown event. With me, your host Dan. We also have Kate, Dylan. That's enough. Aaron and Marcus.
Hello.
And hopefully you joined us yesterday where our... Can someone give me a previously on Waterdeep Sidequest?
Caden kicked down doors.
Quite a few.
Yep. Caden kicked in some doors.
There was danger behind every door that he kicked down.
There was a few murders.
I was locked under the stairs, and then these guys rocked up.
Committed a murder.
Murdered a whole bunch of bird people. Saved my
Captain
life.
implied that Goblin's parents were sleeping with multiple orcs at the same time.
Loamed
Very
and slapped
nice.
Captain a couple of times too.
And then what? We looted all the bird people. Well, Captain looted all the bird people because he was more interested in the money. While we went and tried to find my friend. I need to open my notes.
We're in Dragma.
Oh, we're still looking for Flume. We found the other guy.
No, we found
Hey,
Rain. So
Yeah,
it
he was
is-
upstairs. I pulled a clutch charm person, got him out of the dangerous situation. Yeah, then what? Caden antagonized the guard some more.
No, I mean, now he knows that I'm a lord, okay? I put him in
He
his
did-
place.
He didn't tell me not to make Caden disappear.
So
Yeah,
you
true.
made it
That is
murder.
true.
We found out that these guys are connected to the Zintharan, i.e. the Black Network. Some dangerous dudes. They're looking for a whole bunch of treasure that's somewhere under the city that we can access using some stone. The Stone of
The
Galore?
stone is like a radar.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And this guy, Caden, just like opened a door and there was an ooze on the other side.
That was
I didn't
me.
open
I
the
opened the door.
That was
I
me.
did.
Oh,
Everyone else was bouncing away from the door, and I'm like, my friend could be in
My
there.
jacket will move in my
Yeah.
Frontline fighter Phil.
Captain is done with opening doors and seeing shit he doesn't like behind them.
Captain's a bitch.
Especially when it smells like sewage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we had a clue to go follow them down into the sewers, so that's where we're at now. Sewers under Waterdeep, right? And these guys have something to do with the circle with 10 spokes tattoo? That was connected to the yellow stuff on the walls, right, that we were following?
Marcus
Some-
will follow.
And this guy who you killed, the sort of bald guy who you saw get into a fight with Yagra, Loam's friend, in the Yawning Portal, if you remember her, the half-orc badass.
Yeah,
in
Loam's
the-
clubbing friend.
Yeah, they go clubbing together with clubs. He'd gotten in a fight with her, and he has sort of a shaved head and a bunch of eyes tattooed on his head. You're exactly right. Phil and the gang kind of used their strength to kind of move this barricade out of the way, opening the door, and a grey ooze was in the other room. And in its sort of oozy body floats the bones, the remains of a couple of goblins. And I'm just going to keep the same initiative here. Iceleeson, you're not even in the room. What are you doing?
I saw a door being opened and I just left.
What a pussy.
I ain't about
Well,
that.
called out.
Friggin' last time we opened a door, there was goblins. The time before that, there was an undead dragon skeleton.
You can just stay in the same room forever, Captain.
Yeah,
Never open a door again.
yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, so Iceleeson's left the building. Caden.
Caden would like to ask Phil what is behind door number 1.
An oozing monstrosity. I think I'm gonna get out of here if I can.
Can I see the ooze? Like, is it in a hole or is it on the same level as us?
It's on the same level as you, so it looks like there's a whole bunch of filth and and whatnot that seems to have sort of come up from this blocked toilet. And part of that is the ooze itself as well, oozing about in this room.
Okay. Is the ooze, like, can I try and speak to the ooze?
You certainly can try. What do you say?
Well, I'm gonna.
And in what language?
I'm going to say, you there, ooze. That's it. That's literally it.
Wow,
That's as far as I'm gonna get.
inspiring
Eloquent.
stuff.
That's your turn?
Oh no! I want to see if he responds.
Well, he'll respond on his turn.
True. And I'm gonna move away from the ooze.
Love that its turns before mine. Awesome. I'm screwed.
Phil is not long for this world.
He's a wizard with not very much HP.
I just realized that your token doesn't seem to have its own vision. Sorry, hold on. Dim vision, you have... let's compare it to someone else's. Because the Twitch view can see everyone's vision, or can see as if it's everyone. Dim vision out to 60... Do you have dark vision out to 60
Dark
feet?
vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
60. Yep.
Yeah. And how big's yours, Loam? Dark vision.
Oh, very good question.
120?
Each of his own trait. Dark vision, 60 feet. What? Oh,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So just 60 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought Drowse was better. There we go. We can see into the room now.
She's not who she says she is.
Yes. I remember now. It's all come back to me.
yes.
The Grey Ooze responds to Caden's challenge by reaching out a pseudopod and trying to bludgeon Phil with it. Phil, does a 10 hit your AC?
I'm going to cast Shield, and it does not.
Okay.
Instruction.
So the pseudopod, so this arm of ooze kind of leeches out this tentacle and tries to smack against you, and you think there's that it's going to hit, but you're able to get your magic up just in time. Plink, bounces off a shield around you. Cool. All right. That's all from this boy. It's your turn, Phil.
Testing something real quick.
Oh god, he's right on me again. Do I risk the attack of opportunity?
Well, you have higher AC until the end of your next turn, is that right?
Let me check.
So you are harder
Till
to
the
hit.
start of my next turn. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I think
to the
I
start
will.
of your next turn.
Yeah. So it's gone now, right? Because
I
my
guess-
turn just started.
I guess so, yeah.
Ugh, okay. I have not that many spell slots left either, which isn't great. Do I mirror image? I think I'm just gonna risk the attack of opportunity
Start. Yeah.
and try and run out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I run all the way out of the room next to
You can
Captain?
run as far as your... Yeah, so you want to get... that'll get you 30 feet. To
Yeah.
where the captain is 30 feet, so you could...
Oh, okay.
You get between them, though.
Yeah, I'll stand in the doorway.
Okay.
As long as I've got Hayden
Um,
in front of me, I feel a bit more confident.
All right, so he attempts to make an attack of opportunity against you.
Fingers crossed.
Ouch.
It's a 22 to hit.
I think that hits. Yeah.
So you slam as you sort of turn to run. You are slammed in the back by this pseudopod that sort of had just bounced off your magical armor. You take 6 bludgeoning damage and 10 acid damage.
16 damage overall.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, good. Okay. Yep. I'm not looking good. Phil's not looking good. Phil's looking pretty bad.
All right, Loam.
I will also take an attack of opportunity if I move.
Not if you move closer, only if you move further away.
Is this an enemy that can be blinded?
It doesn't appear to have eyes.
Okay. I'm just gonna attack it.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Yes, I'm going to attack it with my Moon Dance Blade. Oops, sorry. What did it damage? 10?
10 will hit, and 6 radiant damage as you kind of start burning away pieces of this filth, this Golgothan, this shit demon.
Poopy boy. It's a
Can
little piss baby.
Cool. Anything else?
I healing word on Phil?
Yes, please.
Sorry, 2. Oh, 5.
Five total.
Okay, that's good. Yep. Thank you.
Captain.
Right. Cool. Because Captain is a fan of if I cast a cantrip, I can cast a spell that's a bonus action spell on the same turn, correct?
Correct.
Cool. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna move in front of Caden.
Mm-hmm. Further into the room. Yep.
Yeah. I can see the ooze from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at the ooze,
Mm-hmm.
which is a wisdom saving throw from him.
Well, from it, really. I don't know if grey oozes
Right.
really identify either direction.
Yeah.
In fact, because of that, it probably doesn't even think you're speaking to it. You're just like...
Yeah, it's thoroughly unimpressed with what I'm doing.
Yeah, the kind of insults that Isolation I think goes to just really don't fit for an ooze.
He doesn't have a model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Phil.
Oh, all the heals.
So he gets a healing word.
Which is for 5.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. I realized I didn't take my action last turn. I just moved.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I might have just skipped you in that regard.
That's alright.
Cool. Anything else, Isolation?
No, that's it.
All right, Caden.
Caden, witnessing the carnage unfolding, is going to take a couple of steps forward over these beds. Actually, one step forward. And he's going to yell at the ooze and say, "That wasn't very nice." And he's going to throw an Eldritch Blast at the boy. A 13 to hit for 12 force damage.
13 will definitely hit. 12 force damage as just this bolt of dark light travels along the room just past you, Loam, and sort of smacks into this ooze, breaking away chunks of it that kind of steam off and sizzle away, turn into sort of rotting steam. It is still there, though. Anything else?
No, that is it.
Okay. The ooze sort of slimes forward into the room and is going to try and hit you, Loam, with its pseudopod. 8, I assume, does not hit, as you're able to just dance around its oozy flesh, or lack of flesh, keeping your tender parts away from it. Phil.
Okay, now that I've got some distance on it, Phil's gonna summon another firebolt in his hand and throw it across the room of the grey ooze.
Mhm.
And hope we do a little bit more damage than we were doing yesterday.
Yep. What's the roll to hit?
18.
Oh, 18. Yep, cool. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. And how much damage? Have we lost Marcus?
That had been 18.
Well,
I hear the
it's
18.
58.
Oh, yeah, I see the damage rolling.
9.
How do you want to do this?
Gosh.
Oh,
gotta figure
yeah.
It is. Oh, he kills him. Okay, well, this fireball, not like the measly little motes of fire he had yesterday. It's a sizable ball of fire he finally casts in his hand, and he throws it across the room, and it sinks into the ooze's chest before it's like a depth charge detonation inside him, and he sort of just steams. Oozy, shit-smelling steam rises from him as he sort of melts away into a puddle on the ground.
Yeah, and the bones of the goblins that was sort of in its body, sort of fall and rest on the ground, as what remains of it, fills the room with that stinky kind of steam smoke,
Ugh,
yeah.
gross.
Lone picks one of the goblin rib bones and puts it in her bag.
Gross.
She then just doesn't even comment on it, just kind of looks around as if it's normal, all right, where are we going next?
Well, I'm sorry for letting that out of the room, guys. I was worried for Flume.
Maybe we should let Aiden kick down the doors.
Aiden is
I
the doorman.
didn't kick the door down.
Every
we should leave it up
damn
to you.
time there's a door, you kick it open and there's death. Every time.
Was there nothing else inside that room other than it's just a toilet?
It's a toilet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Shall we keep going? We got one more door to go through. Kaden?
Just-
Caden kicks the door open.
See, I would have knocked.
Nope. Caden kicks the door open and walks inside to see that guy. And that guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. And judging by the token that I can see down there.
What have you done?
I
Is
don't
there
like
no
this.
stealth?
No.
So you
No, I
kick
just-
the
I
door
just
open. There's a
yeeted in.
slam as the door opens, and Caden, you sort of stand in a corridor looking down. The room beyond is well lit, and in it, you maybe can't make out from this position, but the main things you can see is there's a muscular half-orc in dingy robes standing with his foot on the chest of a male human with wavy red blonde hair. Fire burns around the orc's clenched fist, and his victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. Seats-
Can I...
Hold on. Seated on a raised platform to the south is a nightmarish figure wearing black robes. It has large white eyes and rubbery purple skin, with 4 tentacles encircling its inhuman mouth. It cradles and gently caresses what looks like a disembodied brain with feet.
Can I please kick this off with the half-orc that's standing on the guy's chest? Can I please kick off, not even talking to him, just throw an Eldritch Blast at him?
Well, we're going to reroll initiative then, if you're
I
attempting
believe-
to do that. As
I believe I have... Oh, I can even hit the flare.
The one time where we probably should talk to them, you're just like, nah.
Fuck a mind flare, dude.
I actually rolled a double-digit initiative.
hold on,
Same.
I was going to say don't roll yet because I haven't set up the combat encounter.
Yeah, I'll just make a note of what I rolled.
It's good initiative there, Marcus.
You're okay. You're okay. Oops. There we go. Alright. Let's select all of you. Initiative.
Yep, I got a 20.
Whoa.
Cool. Does anyone else roll, or you can roll now?
Kate
I
got an
rolled
18.
18. Put me at the top.
I rolled
got
a 2.
Yeah, I rolled a
Oh.
9.
All right.
Nice.
Well, Caden, your initiative is very good, so you do get to do whatever it was you're attempting to do.
Yeet. 13 to hit for 6.
All right. So you sort of kick down the door. Do you say anything, or you just all of a sudden it's just Eldritch Blast?
I just walk in and go, you know what? Like, fuck this guy. He's standing on top of someone.
Mhm.
So that doesn't seem very nice. So I'm just going to blast him. I'm assuming his back is to me, so I'm going to blast him in the back.
Well, yeah, it was effectively, although he has turned to look up that corridor as the loud crash from the door opening.
So I hit him in the face?
Yeah, so he's sort of turned sideways to you, I guess. His foot's still on this other person. And he turns to you and sort of sees the bolt coming towards him. And you think, haha, it hits him, a direct hit, and then, sort of washes over him as you would expect it would. And then you realize that it's sort of parting around him just a little bit. He's you can actually see a white shimmer around him, similar to the one you just saw around Phil.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yep. Well, I will. Yeah, that's my entire turn. I'll use that as my entire turn because I got to go ahead of that goblin in the initiative order.
Oh yeah, well, you definitely shouldn't be able to see him. But anyway, you don't know there's goblins in there.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's my entire turn.
Yeah.
I won't use any movement or anything. I'll just throw a blast. And
There you go. Cool. So the blast kind of flies over and parts around this half orc, and he sort of when the light clears, he kind of grins, the fire around his hand glowing. He kind of steps off Floon and says. Turns around to you and says, how did you get down here? But before you can react, really, it's Loam's turn. As Loam, you've seen Caden just like walk through this door, kick it down, and then loose a blast of eldritch flame down the corridor.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to move up so I can see him. I want to cast my Shield of Faith on him.
Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I got in.
oh yes,
I'm alarmed. It only took 39 minutes. See, that's fine.
Alright, so I have Shield of Faith to Caden, so he has 2 to his AC.
nice.
I also, can I roll like a medicine check on him to see how much health he's down?
I mean, you can Dylan, you can say to the group like how hardy you look if you can keep it from not being like an exact number.
Yeah. Okay. Caden's looking pretty good.
Oh, you're fine. Okay.
Caden is like he's taken a hit or two, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good,
Cool.
especially with that boost to AC. He's Gucci.
Alright, well, I will, I guess that's the end of my turn.
No actions?
Can I like hold an action that if somebody comes within range, I will attack them with my sword?
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow that. Cool. You hold by. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Caden, you've just hurled a blast of eldritch magic at this guy. He turns around, his glowing hand, he levels it up to you and shoots one right back at you. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
For 6 fire. That's even with the +2 bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for 6 fire damage.
All right. There we go. Oh, what the hell? Saying I'm dead now. Me? Current HP.
I thought you were very healthy.
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't know what happened.
He was 2 seconds ago, alright.
There we go.
Right.
Fixed it. Fixed it.
I'm looking great.
I'm dead. Shit.
If only that had happened to Ymir.
I did. And now he's very evil.
Isolation.
Oh, exciting. Alright. What do I do here? So I can see Caden, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, because the door's closed on my screen.
The doors should be open.
He did kick it in.
There you go.
Thanks, now it's open.
Yeah, I just redid it.
I don't know how well mine's working, actually, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna...
So you're in, but not really in.
Yeah. Caden's behind me on my screen, so that's good.
Well then.
That's fine. I can do it this way. I'm gonna walk up, and being the kind and generous human being or elf that the captain is gonna reach out and touch Caden on the shoulder and cast Cure Wounds. He's a very nice human being. Elf. Jeez. I think I know this. Did that work? Did that show up? Oh, it did. There you go. 10 health for Caden.
Thanking you, my friend.
And then the captain's just gonna stand there and pretend to be useful.
Cool.
Just like me.
Caden, you can see. I mean, Isolation. Maybe you can see a little bit too of this display as you can kind of look around the corner a little bit here. Trying to think. The figure you see on the throne in this room, or in the chair in this room, looks very much like this.
Oh, cool.
Right.
He is also wielding sort of or he's carrying a stone orb in his hand. And so he stands up or he kind of stands up, then floats across the room, placing his the little in his other hand. He was sort of caressing this brain with legs. He puts that on the floor, and it looks like this. He puts that on the floor, and it kind of like moves around to sort of aim towards you. And he kind of floats forward. The half orc looking up, looking over to him. You can't see the expression on his face as he turns away from you to look at this creature. But he says, "Of course, sir. Yes. I do not know how they got in, but I shall deal with it." And he begins to float into the next room. Phil.
Ooh. Okay. I know what one of those is, but Phil doesn't. I don't think I can really get up without just putting myself in front of Caden, and considering how squishy I am, I don't really want to put myself in that position. So I think I will put myself behind Loam and wait till everyone moves up to enter the room.
Mm-hmm.
And on the odd chance someone makes it up as far enough that I can see them, I'll hold action to throw a firebolt.
Yep.
I could dash. No, I don't want to put myself in the front line. So I'm just going to be conservative and wait my turn to get through this small corridor.
Cool. All right. Caden.
All right. Caden is going to take a couple of steps forward just to let everyone else into the corridor. Goes there. And he's going to do the exact same thing. Gonna... Where is it? Pop off another Eldritch Blast. 24 to hit for 11.
Yeah, so this one's on Grimshar.
Yeah, it's on the same guy.
Yeah, so this one, he passes over him and you think you can see the sort of shining ripple of magic shield again. However, you hear sort of a crash as it sort of whips away and the fire, the sort of eldritch blast whips over him and you see scorches him somewhat.
Nice.
Loam.
Alright, Loam seeing Caden move forward is going to follow. I'm going to... That's 5, 10, 15. I'm going to go further again. And I'm going to put my Channel Divinity. That. So they have to make a con saving throw, DC 13, or take full damage, half if they fail. Half if they succeed, sorry.
Okay, yeah, so Radiance of the Dawn. Any creatures within 30 feet, so that's just this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have any more movement.
Cool, so he's a pretty hardy fellow, this half-orc. He takes half damage, is that right? On a
save, yeah. DC 13 save.
Alright.
Con.
Cool. So this sort of wave of radiant light washes over him, sort of shearing away parts of him, but he's still sort of there, grinning, sort of his big toothy underbite grin. What does he look like? If I got... Yeah, Grumshar. Does that show up? No. It's blank. Never mind. Cool. Anything else, Loam?
She's gonna wait.
You see, run into the room, though, a small figure wearing a sort of like a plague doctor mask.
Okay.
There you go, Caden.
Hey, I'm getting it. I'm getting that fucking mask.
And in his hand, he's holding sort of a small potion of something. He runs in and hurls it into the corridor with you two.
Oh no.
I can by trying to blind him. Wait, sorry. Let me look at my reaction. So yes, I can use Warding Flare. So a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet, I can give them disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, so he's not actually throwing it to hit you. He just throws it actually on the ground.
Okay.
And it sort of smashes against the wall, and that corridor area starts to fill up with sort of a cloud and gas starts dispersing in that corridor. Remind me that any creatures that start their turn or enter the cloud. So let's draw the cloud. How big is it? 20-foot radius.
Oof.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And the gas starts sort of rising in that area. Loam and you and Caden certainly start start breathing it in. Meanwhile, Grimshar, the half-orc wizard, sort of ducks into a side room. You see him duck behind a curtain and out of sight. Actually, before he does that, he's going to hurl a flame bolt at you, Loam.
Can I use my disadvantage?
You certainly can.
Sweet.
So does it just inflict disadvantage on his attack? Is that right?
So if he can be blinded and he's within 30 feet, then yes, he gets disadvantage on the attack. So I just glow too brightly, and he kind of loses sight of me or something.
Yep, cool. So you start glowing brightly. His lower roll is a 15 to hit.
Just hits. Yeah.
Okay. So you see him sort of pull his block his eyes from the shining beacon of light that you have become, but the firebolt still just grazes you, and you're going to take 6 fire damage. And
I have resistance
to fire.
I have to double check. No, I don't. No.
Okay. Cool.
6 damage.
And then Grimshar, you see him grab Floon and kind of drag him into what appears to be some kind of side corridor. All right. The intellect devourer, the little brain, starts moving forward and I believe kind of moves out of your line of sight. Ice Lisa.
Awesome.
Alrighty. So Captain's going to walk into the corridor.
All right. I need you to roll a d4 for me, please.
Okay. Sure, these are d4. That one. That's a 2.
When you step into the corridor, you see 2 figures ahead of you, and you're not sure if they are friend or foe. It's hard to kind of make them out through the haze of the gas. You now can't tell the difference between friend and foe.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh wait, sorry. Give me a con save. Give me a con save first. This actually, I skipped a step.
There it is. Saving throw. 14.
Yes. Okay. You can't tell the difference between friend and foe.
Okay. As the captain steps in and can no longer tell who's in front of him, he's going to scream down at whichever figure is closest to him, and cast vicious mockery at them.
Okay.
Oh, yikes.
So wisdom saving throw for you.
Yeah.
I mean, how can the captain tell the difference between being intoxicated by the gas and not? Really?
That's an 8.
So that's a 1d4. That's 2 damage for you. And he's going to imply that you enjoy looking at pornographic magazines of tentacle monsters.
Hey, Caden don't judge, dude.
Well, he's implying you do that.
Caden's into it.
Caden's so into it that he's like, "Oh, is that bad?" and takes 2 psychic damage.
Yeah. And you also have a disadvantage on your next attack roll.
He's too busy thinking about hentai.
Doesn't even realize he's been hurt. He's just like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's like, brother, what the fuck? You judging me?
Cool.
At least he didn't see you guys as dragons.
Yeah, that's always a good time.
Phil.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of options here. This is not looking good. I mean, I also would have moved up to.
Yeah,
last
sorry,
turn.
you'd moved up behind
I'll move my
Loam, I
token.
think you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, would I have seen Isolation attack my friend?
You would have seen him sort of start yelling insults down a corridor. I don't think you would have known, you would have necessarily seen who it's targeted. You can see that he's standing in some kind of gas, though.
Yeah. I don't think I want to enter the gas yet, especially with everyone crowded in the corridor. Like, I don't think I have many places to go. I think I'm still gonna have to wait. I would, and if I enter the corridor, there's no one I can attack, right? Like, I wouldn't have vision on anyone.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could
I
barely
can't
kind
tell.
of make out the Goblin Alchemist. He'd sort of have partial cover against any of your attacks, unless you could get right to the front of the fray.
Yeah, and that's very risky for someone like me to dash in there and then not have an action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna step up one and hold my action again. I think people need to clear the corridor so I can get into the room.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that everything's working in Foundry for me now, except for Dill's token.
Nice.
Yeah.
As in, like, it's still,
I'm gonna-
it's not where
He's
it's
not important.
It's not even on the board for me at the moment.
What if I move him back and forth? Can you see me now?
No.
Nice.
I can't see Phil actually.
He's not in the,
I am gonna. Sorry.
he's not in the corridor yet.
I'd like to yell down the corridor and be like, I think everyone needs to clear the corridor.
Loam yells back, thank you.
Thanks for the heads up.
Captain Obvious over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my turn.
Cool. Top of the round, Caden. Roll a d4
Alright.
for me.
Two.
Same as your vision starts to get a bit blurry, and you know in the haze of the gas, you're finding it difficult to determine friend from foe.
The horny haze is coming over the top of him.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, you see a big strapping figure in front of you. Oh wait, sorry. Give me a con save. Let's see if you do much better actually. This sort of looming threat appears out of the gas. You think it's going to be a big problem, but then, oh no, that's Loam.
Sweet. I'm gonna move 30 feet, so I'm gonna get out of the gas completely and into the room.
Mm-hmm. So you can see in here, now that you've sort of entered the room, there are threadbare curtains hanging on the east wall of this long hall. And there are sort of two double doors that have swung open out to the west, and another sort of small corridor up to the northeast of you.
And now that I'm out of the gas, I'm also going to attack this fucking plague mask champion in front of me with my blade. It's a 25 for 9 damage.
Yeah, absolutely. You just cut him right the fuck down. You just hear and just like as he strikes at you, as you strike at him. Sorry.
So is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I swing my scythe left to right, just under the neckline, and as his head goes to fall, just grab the plague mask?
Well, I think as you rolled a 25, sure, that's pretty.
Yes, I got a plague mask.
You get sort of a small, so it's a small plague mask. It's probably a bit small for you because it's this is for a child. It's for a goblin.
I hang it on my belt.
Yeah, cool.
Sounds wrong.
Cool. Anything else?
Thank you. That is it. That's it. I'm just gonna, call it there. Now that I'm in here, I'm just gonna look around the room quickly, but that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Okay.
that, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
Cool. Loam.
Okay, Loam is gonna move up out of the cloud, naturally. It's gonna go next to Caden there. Oh, go. Okay. There we go. Do I know which room the bad guys went into?
I don't think. I mean, did you see it?
No, I think I was standing up to the very end of the corridor. Oh,
Yeah. So you saw. I think you saw him head east, but you're not really perhaps sure where.
okay. So east, I can see there's another corridor and there's a door further down near the throne.
So these are two sort of curtains that are over the top. I mean, they look like doors on the map, but that's just so that you can pull them aside.
Okay. I will pull one aside, the one that I'm standing next to.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no. And I am going to. I'm assuming we're still like. Yes.
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah. You drag the door open with one hand. You've still got your sword in your other hand.
I'm going to. Can I burning hands him?
Sure. Yeah.
Sweet.
So he's got to make a dex saving throw. Is that right?
That is a yes, dex saving throw. Damn it. So half.
Half damage. So 7.
Yeah.
He doesn't look great. He's obviously this sort of fire burns over him. You see he kind of reels back from it, but then the flame starts growing in his hand. And oh shit, where's his initiative? I lost his initiative. I'm gonna put him. Does anyone remember where I had him in the initiative? Probably not. We'll put him down in the intellect devour. So the flames sort of wash over him, burning him. Like, he looks terrible. And then the flames start building up in his hand, and he sort of puts his hand forward in the same kind of gesture, and casts burning hands on you and Caden.
Oh, dex save, right? Yes.
No. Oh, yes. I'm good.
So if you succeeded,
Half that.
Yeah, half that.
7.
Yep.
7.
Loam is not looking good.
Cool. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Which one of you? Actually, I can look at this. Which one of you is smarter? Oh, you're both as equally dumb as each other. That's interesting.
Yes, yeah, not smart characters.
Mm-hmm. I'm
From around-
charismatic, okay?
Hey,
From
Ice
around
Lee's
the
is pretty
corner.
smart.
I'm wise.
Is he?
He's got 15 intellect.
16 wrecked.
Too far. It's too far. The brain on legs comes out from around the corner, Caden, and leaps at you.
How dare he?
Makes one attack with its claws. Okay, yeah. So for the first attack, it is with its claws try and like sink into you. That is a 11 to hit.
This is...
And then as it's sort of scratching at you, you're holding off the strikes. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw, please.
I like that it's a beneficial intellect power.
5.
Ooh. Ooh.
I get dumber.
Okay. You take 16 psychic damage.
Holy
Ooh, wow.
shit. Okay.
And okay, yeah. So this thing tries to bury itself into your mind, sort of trying to make space because it wants to get in there.
There's not much going on in there, champion.
Cool. Ice Leeson. Give me a con save.
Con save. Let's go. It's Big boy 16.
Yep, cool. You breathe deep in this hallucinogenic gas, and you think you've tasted stronger stuff in Tortuga.
Good thing too, because I thought Captain was coming for Phil next.
Yeah, that worked.
Having regained some of his senses, the captain's going to burrow down the corridor after I had this measured before. How far could I go? Confused as to why the people he screamed obscenities at ran off on him. So he's going to barrel his way down the corridor to here. Oh, I can actually see Caden and Loam now. Getting there, he's going to shout out, "Where did they go? Caden, Loam, where did they go?" He's very confused about things. And then I can see the Mind Flayer, is it?
No, he's left. He's left this
okay.
room. You can see the seat of where he was.
Yeah.
The intellect devourer is in front of you. You can also make out partially the orc mage that's in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, I'm just out of range of that. That's unfortunate. Cool. Seeing the intellect devourer, he's going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh.
Assuming it can hear.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool. Cast that.
Yeah, it understands speech but can't speak.
Yeah. So it's a 13, so a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 9 damage, and he's going to tell it that its master never loved it, and that it would be better off if it just gave up on living now, and just went away.
Yeah. Well, it has to run away from you, so it's sort of like jumped on Caden's head and has been like scratching and trying to burrow in. But upon this, it sort of perks its. If it had ears, it would perk its ears up. Kind of looks around, looks forlorn, and jumps off Caden's head to kind of try and run away. It has to use its reaction to do that, right? So it's full speed. Yeah. Cool. Caden and Loam, if you would like to use your reaction to make an attack of opportunity, you certainly can.
Absolutely. 17 for 8.
Yep. And Loam?
Yes.
I don't believe you can cast a spell as an attack of opportunity.
You have to use a melee.
Unless you have like a special thing that lets you. But I think even then it's usually like cantrips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think you have to do an attack, like a sword attack.
It says a spell with casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature.
Yeah,
Also
but this is
no
an
con-
opportunity attack, so it's
Reactionary, so it's
a
a melee attack or a cantrip.
yeah. Typically, it's just a melee attack. If you have a special feature, you can sometimes use a cantrip as your opportunity attack.
But it says you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature.
Oh, okay. And targets only that creature though is separate. Burning hands.
Not. Yeah.
So you can give me a spell. Actually, I didn't realize that. You can definitely do a spell then, but not burning hands because it's an AOE. So any
Alright,
single
so-
target spell that you have.
Well, I'm going to do my cantrip then because I've got Sacred Flame, so that is 1 target, 1d8 radiant damage.
Cool. And does it need to make a...
There is a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Fail.
Cool. So, Caden, your weapon is considered magical, isn't it? I assume it is.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So it leaps off your head. You're able to get a strike at it, and Loam sort of turns one hand to the side. One hand that's on the blade dealing with the orc magician, and one hand leans out and sort of just a ray of moonlight, who knows where from, seeing as you're underneath in the sewers, just strikes down like an orbital laser, and just burns this thing, and it bursts into flames and disappears.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Isolation, anything else to complete your turn?
Very good move.
That's a good question. Do I have anything? I can give an inspiration here. I'm going to tell Loam that I think her ears are quite nice. And even when bloodied and damaged and looking sort of ill, she still is radiant in the sewer lights. And give her some inspiration.
She blushes deeply, like goes from purple to like very like darker purple. I don't know.
A dark ebony color, yeah.
I'm channeling my inner Dick Sensei, just.
Yeah. looks to kill. Oh, where is that? Where is Dick Sensei? Look at that guy.
Where's he?
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Dick Sensei in the chat. Cool. All right, Loam, you have a inspiration point. Okay, Phil.
Okay, Phil is going to take a big gulp of air and hold his breath and just charge through the gas, even though it's probably not going to help with holding his breath, and charge up to where the dead goblin is.
Give me a con save. I'll give you advantage because you are sort of trying to hold your breath, but we'll see also how long.
See what sort of lung capacity Phil has.
Yeah.
I didn't do great. It's a 7.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, I'm gonna say so you get in and you sort of run forward, and when just the act of running in, your lung is already kind of bursting a little bit, and you take a deep breath in, and roll a con save for me again.
Oh, that's a bit better. 16.
Yeah. So despite though, like you can't hold your breath for very long, and you get into. So how far did you want to get? Do you want to run your full 30 feet?
Dash through it all the way to the goblin.
Oh, dash through
goblin.
it all. Yeah. Cool. You sort of at the last second kind of take a bit of a breath in, but you don't get a lot of it. You just kind of get the edges, and not enough to really phase you.
Nice. Nailed it. And because I took the dash action, that's the end of my turn.
Yep. No bonus action?
I don't think I have a good bonus action spell I could use.
Okay.
So, yep. Can I stand on top of the goblin?
Sure.
Cool.
From the room where you saw the mind flayer disappear to Caden, out comes running a goblin with a scimitar, and it sort of runs in and tries to hit Loam with it. But that is an 11 to hit, and he's sort of a little bit surprised with everything that's going on. He sort of ran in here all bold, possibly even scared of someone else, came in here and then realized what he's up against. Caden, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to just once again, straight at old mate Orky boy over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast him. Actually, no. I'm going to change that up. I'm going to roll Toll the Dead on the half-orc.
Mm-hmm. So he has to make a saving
DC 14.
Wisdom? Yeah.
Well, never mind. I do nothing.
This sort of toll of death rings out in the hall, and he sort of makes eye contact with you, sort of a grin on his face, and says, "The bell does not toll for me, manling."
I wink at him.
Loam.
do. Two. I'm gonna roll chuck a bane on these guys.
And so that's
I
how
was
many
just double
targets?
checking it. It's 3 targets, so I'm gonna get the 2 dudes that are around me, and I can't see anyone else, right?
Correct.
Alright, cool. So, Bane, and I'm going to healing word. How is Kaden looking?
Do they need to make a save against Bane? How does it?
Oh, sorry. Yes, that is a save. Charisma.
All right. The goblin
Yeah,
rolls a
saves.
14, and Grumsha. Why did he roll twice? I don't know. But he got 15 on the first one.
Alright, so they're all good, and I'm going to healing word. Oh, yeah, so how is Kaden looking?
He's not looking good. Visually, he would not be looking good at the moment.
But you did just cast the spell Bane, so I believe you can't cast another spell.
That's one
Okay.
spell per turn.
Not even a cantrip bonus.
Nope.
Okay. I am going to, do nothing then, because I don't want attacks of opportunity.
Was Bane your action or a bonus action?
Bane is... No, but Bane is not a bonus action.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Grum Shah. What has he got left in the tank here? He has a dagger that he's going to rip forward and try and stab you with, Loam. So 11 to hit?
Nope.
Nope. He's not looking great from there. Iceleeson.
Alrighty.
Okay, getting a healing potion for Caden. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Gonna
Just thinking ahead.
Captain's gonna continue his stride into the room and step up next to Caden here. And with all of the bravado in the world, he's going to stab his rapier at the goblin.
Mm-hmm.
15 to hit
That will definitely hit.
for 7 piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Full of bravado and confidence, he's going to, in the style of Raphael from Soul Calibur, stab his rapier into the goblin about 17 different times, filling him with holes, before lunging his last blow through one of its eyes.
Nice.
Brutal.
And then, how bloodied is Loam looking?
Pretty bad.
Okay.
You could take another hit.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use Healing Word as my bonus action. And cast Healing Word upon Loam. For
Oh, amazing.
10 healing.
Thank you.
And the Healing Word is shit. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Cool. Phil?
Phil finally getting to participate in the combat is going to just summon another firebolt and throw it at the orc, the only
Yeah.
enemy left. Oh, it doesn't look like it hits though. He only rolls a 9.
9 does not cut it, I'm afraid, as he kind of steps behind the sort of curtain back into the corridor a little bit, avoiding your fire.
Do I want to move? Yeah, I'll move and see what's around that corner as well.
Mhm. Yeah, so you come down past Isolation, past the goblin corpse, and you see in the rooms beyond, there appears to be sort of a passageway and some stairs that lead up.
Okay. I'll end my turn there.
Cool. Caden.
Well, Caden is going to use that 2d4 plus 2. Just straight off the bat. Of that is 9. So I'll take back my 9 points of healing.
Okay, so using a potion of healing is...
Yep,
an
that is
action.
fine.
Cool.
Yep, perfectly fine by me. And I'm also going to move back a little bit.
Mhm.
But keeping an eye on our orc friend. And I will end my turn there.
All right. Loam.
Seeing that my debuffs are not working, I'm just gonna straight up stab this guy.
Stab a fool.
Twirly whirly sword. Is that just damage? Oh,
You just
oh
roll
my god!
cure wounds. You undamage him.
Kill him for 13.
She stabs him with her hand and is like, "Yes, heal."
I like stab with the wrong hand.
I will let you know when you have my permission to die.
All right. I'm gonna attack him. Oh.
That's rough.
Oh no.
Nope.
Hard no.
Yeah,
Now
no.
he actually takes that healing.
Grumsha sort of parries the blade you have with his dagger, and with his other hand reaches out again. It sort of burning in flame, and sort of lets loose fire into the corridor here.
Oh, can I banish him on a spell?
With
My warding flare again?
is it a reaction?
It's a reaction, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. If you still have charges of it to use.
I have 3 times a day.
Okay. Well, this one's actually based on it's attacking you guys, so I don't think it'd give him disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it's
That's
not an
cool.
attack, it's like an AoE.
Yeah, just let it.
He's
Yeah.
attacking space.
Dex save.
Dex save, I don't think I can reach Caden. It's going to hit Isolation, Loam, and Phil.
Okay.
Oh, 3.
That's not great. I got a 6. That's a fail.
So anyone who got less than a 12 takes 14 fire damage.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Phil is down.
I got a 12.
Yeah, so you take half.
You make it.
I would have been down if it wasn't for that friggin' healing word.
Yeah, I'm unconscious and dying.
Isolation.
Alrighty. Let's oh jeez, Phil's down. Everyone's looking a bit bloodied. So Captain's gonna step down towards Phil. And he's going to throw his dagger at the orc mage that's been wreaking havoc on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell do I find these things? I'm just going to do it from here. Attack. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to roll that one. Sorry. It's 10 to hit for 4 damage.
10 will not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Oh.
Am I able to try and stabilize Phil with my bonus action?
Not with a bonus action.
No. Okay. Well, in that case, the captain's just gonna cry to himself in sadness. And I'll end my turn there.
Cool. Now I'm going to roll the death save for you,
Okay.
so that no one else can see it,
Okay.
including you.
Ooh.
I won't be able to see it either.
Nope.
Okay.
That saves completely private.
Well, yeah, that's the way I do it, so that you don't know, and no one else at the table knows, like, he's fine, he's made all his death saves, like, let's leave him there. It's more like a, is he bleeding out? We don't know.
Okay, that makes me nervous.
I've dealt with it many a times.
Yeah.
It gets more and more stressful.
Yeah. So Phil lies there on the ground, potentially bleeding out. Caden.
Caden, noticing that Phil has gone down and has no means of actually helping anyone with healing because he just doesn't do that, he's going to dash back across the room, line himself up with this orky boy, and he's going to blast him. That is a 19 to hit for 10, or 25 to hit for 10.
So you blast him with this sort of eldritch energy, and you see him sort of fall back onto the ground, seemingly knocked unconscious, but then his eyes kind of shoot open and sort of look like they're enraged as some sort of orcish fury overcomes him.
All right. Well, and in the end of my turn, I'm just going to yell, just say, our friend is down. Anyone with the ability to help him should. And I'll end my turn there.
Cool. Loam?
Well, I was gonna heal him, but now that I've been told to, I'm not going to. I'm kidding. So I'm gonna do a prayer of healing. 13 points of healing to everyone.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
So, Phil, you are conscious, prone, but with 13 health. And everyone else gets...
And Logan's just gonna be like, are you alright? Like, kind of fussing.
Okay.
Not you.
Grumpshaw, the orc, sort of flips back up onto his feet, seeing Loam's attention diverted to her allies, and hearing her, ask, "Are you okay?" He says, "You should worry about yourself," and goes to stab you with the dagger.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I just rolled it twice accidentally. 19.
Okay.
yeah.
So you're able to sort of dodge out of the way, dance out of the way even of that dagger strike, leaving him cutting nothing but air. Iceleeson.
Cool. Grumshaw was looking rather unhealthy, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he looks like he's barely clinging on to life.
All right.
It's pure force of determination at this point.
Cool. In keeping with the theme, gonna cast Vicious Mockery at him, which is a Wisdom save. So he takes 3 psychic damage.
How do you want to do
after
this?
being so Captain puts his thumbs in his ears and starts blowing raspberries at him and wiggling his hands to the point that obviously Grumshark just can't take such buffoonery anymore and drops dead.
Yeah, so he misses the attack on Loam after what he thought was a really killer line, and then just sees you guys with the Avengers line up over there on that back wall. Phil kind of slowly getting to his feet. Iceleeson just starts taunting him, and sort of the it's almost like that anime moment where, like, after the strike, they've cut through the person and they faint. Except he failed to cut through Loam. He just sort of did the strike and then passed out, seemingly dead on the floor.
Captain's just gonna be like, I did that. All me.
Loam's just gonna walk over to Phil and do. I can do healing hands for 4 points of healing damage.
Just gonna kill him again.
So we're out of initiative?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Phil's gonna thank Loam and say, thank you for saving me back there. And please, in your prayers to Elistray, send my thanks to her as well. It's her divine magic which kept me alive here.
You hear from beyond the chamber where you killed Grimshar, you hear a voice that sort of a bit tentative. It says, Phil, is that you?
Balloon? And then I rushed into the room, see if we can find him.
Yeah, you sort of brush past Loam and see your old friend in here, Floon. He looks pretty beat up. Looks the worst for wear. A couple of scorch marks on him. One of his eyebrows has been burned off. And he has some sort of second degree burns perhaps on his arms. And he's just like, "Oh, Phil, I thought you were dead."
I thought you were dead too, Floon. What has happened here?
I don't know. They keep asking. They were asking me all kinds of questions I didn't understand. Like, they wanted to know where my father kept his stone or something. I told them I don't know. I don't know my father.
Yes, it seems they've got you confused with Rainer, unfortunately. His father's tied up with all of this business. Something to do with a galore stone?
Yes, that's the one. They asked where it was. They were wondering how I'd stolen it from them, but I didn't know what they were talking about.
Well, it's nice to see you alive and well. We're going to have to get you out of here, I think.
He's flown. He's a bit dreamy. He's a cute boy.
I was gonna say.
Oh, he's pretty dreamy, damn.
Floon has been laying in the middle of the battle for me the whole time.
Oh, right. Yeah. He got dragged into this side room. Yeah, he says, well, let's get out of here. So you said Raynar's... It's Raynar okay?
Rainer is safe and sound now. We found him in a warehouse where they took us originally, but
oh. Yeah.
Yeah, they managed to take you away before we could find you as well.
Yeah, they someone I didn't see who just said to grab me, and they said grab him and take him to the sewers, and then I was sort of dragged along here through the wet, and when I finally could see again, there was this hideous creature with a brain pet. And this orc asking me nonsense questions.
That hideous creature, do you know where he went? Did you see him leave here?
He left to the west. I think there's another entrance or another corridor that way. They seem to come and go. They didn't really let me out of this room, though.
Well, I think it's best that we track that fellow down. I'm not sure what we should do with you, Floon. Are you able to retrace your way out of the sewers if you follow the path and I point down that corridor?
Yeah. He kind of looks up and he's like, I have no idea where we are.
Okay. Shall he come with us then?
Yeah, would I be hearing this conversation from where I am?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're showing an interest, sure.
Yeah, I will. As I hear to the west, Caden's just going to...
Well, maybe he doesn't say to the west, but he certainly points in a direction, right?
Yeah,
you see him
upon
point.
saying,
he doesn't know which way is west.
The direction.
Yeah.
Caden's going to follow off into that direction and say, "Just bring him with us. We have no time."
So the captain, being the logical one of the group with the most second most intelligence, is going to be like, "Now hold up. I don't know about the rest of you, but you're all looking like shark bait to me. If we don't stop and rest now, death awaits us down that passage."
I am death.
You're about to be dead.
Caden's looking pretty fucking good again.
You
How
look
many
at
spells-
Loam and she's like taking a few stabs, and you can see like her gold blood is like leaking out through her cloak, and yeah, she's very
Captain's
sin-
just more worried that he can't cast any more spells.
Alright.
Well, that
As-
too. But
If Caden looks back and he sees that Loam is visibly injured, Caden will take a knee and wait. Because he'll always wait for Loam.
Sure. You guys would like to take a short rest?
short rest will be fine.
Well, I know for at least me and Marcus, we can meditate, and so we get a long rest out of a short rest.
I also can meditate.
4 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Short
4
rest is
hours
only
for
1
meditation.
hour.
Short, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's 1
That's
hour
short rest
versus
only.
4. Yeah.
I don't know if we have 4 hours to kill
No.
here.
I don't think that we do.
I mean, that creature could probably even get away within the hour if we
Yeah.
if we don't chase after him.
I will follow you guys. I would benefit from an hour of rest, but if we have to soldier on, then I will put on my brave face.
I only have 2 spell slots left, but I'm not going to get them back for a short rest. I'm 17 HP. Well, I'm looking pretty good after Loam healed me up.
How many spells have you cast today, Loam? Like, are you pretty
I
tapped
have
out?
no second level spells left, and I have only 2 first level spells left, and I have none of my character features.
Yeah.
So we're on our last legs. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they all come
Captain
back.
has no spell slots left.
Alright, well, Caden will just, he'll take a seat and close his eyes and meditate. Or just start meditating while everyone else makes up if they want to take a rest. Caden's just going to start taking a rest.
Okay. So Caden sort of
Until
sits
they-
down in the middle of the room, back against the wall, and sort of closes his eyes and starts centering himself, getting in touch with, his inner yogi. What's everyone else doing?
While they rest, I'll have a look around that corner that we haven't explored yet, or maybe into behind that other draped cloth. See if there's anything in this room in particular.
Sure, you
Yeah.
start sort of poking your head into different rooms. The other one down here is another similar room. It's almost like a small cell. You can see sort of the remains of just some basic sleeping material in there, and there's sort of manacles on the walls. Where it looks like prisoners at one point or another could have been chained. Give me a perception check.
Okay. A 17.
As you're sort of looking around, though, the main thing you notice is on Grumpshar's belt is a small sort of satchel, and inside it you find a spell book, his spell book.
Oh, I am very interested in keeping that. Can I have a look through it and see what spells he has in his spellbook? I won't be able to learn any right now, but...
Absolutely. So in his spellbook, you notice that he has the spells Burning Hands, Disguise Self, False Life, Shield, Unseen Servant, and Witch Bolt.
Okay, the ones I don't have are Burning Hands, False Life, and Witch Bolt.
I'll write it down.
I will pocket that. Yep.
I'll put it in chat because you're in Twitch chat, aren't you?
Yep. I've written it down in my notes as well.
Cool.
Burning Hands, I've got Disguise Self, I've got Shield.
Which
I've got
bolt is
Unseen Servant.
huge.
It's alright, yeah, it's D10 concentration.
So you can
Yeah, cool.
copy things out of your spellbook into someone else's someone else's spellbook into yours, I believe.
Yeah, it takes an hour and 100 gold, right?
Yeah, depending on the spell level and stuff. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's certainly something you can do.
That's amazing. Yeah, when I have some money and some time, I will spend some time copying those spells out.
Yeah. Cool. Isolation, what are you up to?
Yeah, the captain, being a creature of comfort, is going to make his way back to the room that had the beds in it.
And smells like shit.
Yeah, it smells like shit. That's he's been on ships, all right. He doesn't really care, and he's just going
spent
to
time
find
in the bilges.
the nicest looking one of the terrible beds and just throw himself down like a sack of bricks and start to have a bit of a nap.
Okay. Loam, what are you up to?
She's just, as soon as Caden sat down, put his back against the wall, she's just done the same, sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
To anyone else, uncomfortably close.
Yeah. Cool. So after Phil has gone through Gurumshar's things, Floon kind of reaches down and grabs Grimshar's dagger and dagger belt and kind of puts it on. And he's kind of wandering around with you, Phil, kind of looking at stuff and sort of just asking, for a bit of a like, how'd you get down here? How'd you meet these people? Like, who are these people?
I give him the whole rundown. I explain everything that's happened over the last, however long it's been, a few hours. That we met in this warehouse and that they saved my life, and we followed these clues with these yellow markers through the sewers, and luckily it led us to him. And sort of, just catch up on what he's been going through. And, I don't need short rest, so we can just spend our time looking around and talking to each other. And
I'm taking that short rest 100%.
Yeah, it's not
yeah. So as the 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by, you're looking around, Phil. You poke your head into some of these other rooms. They appear to be sort of other kind of sleeping quarters. You eventually find the back end of where Caden killed the goblin and sort of the murder hole it was looking out in. Well as you end up finding sort of a passageway that leads out to the sewer. And you can kind of even, you stick your head out and look out surreptitiously a little bit, and you see obviously where you entered into originally. You definitely don't remember seeing this door.
Yeah, I thought about looking for secret doors, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be metagaming if I did the other day. It's good to know we've got an easy out. And nothing in any of the other storerooms or anything around. It's all just, these were more like places to hold prisoners, right?
Yeah, and some sort of guards kind of sleep here. It looks like maybe some goblins were sleeping in this area, or separate from everyone else. You do find, though, in your wanderings, a small unlocked wooden chest behind the stone chair.
Ooh, nice. Unlocked?
Mm-hmm.
What's inside the chest? I'm just gonna open it.
Yeah, you find 2 potions of healing.
Oh, nice.
16 gold pieces, 82 silver pieces, and 250 copper. I will also put that in Twitch chat so that you can just copy and paste it into your notes, or put it into obviously directly put it into your character sheet.
Well, I'll share that around, and I'll let the group know. Hey, we found some loot down here. So a quarter of that each, right? Make that 4 gold pieces, and then I'll do the math later. But
I'll just take 4 gold pieces and call it at that. It's fine for me.
2 potions of healing. Does anyone want to take a hold of one of these? I wouldn't mind keeping one of myself. I am a little bit squishy. I've been prone to fall down in battle a few times, but
fallen down the stairs a couple of times.
Yeah. Would anyone else like the other potion of healing? Caden?
I would like to take it.
No, I am fine.
Oh yeah, I give it to Loam.
Cool. So each of you mark down on your spell sheet that you have 1 potion of healing each. You each get 4 gold pieces, and then Marcus just mark down the 82 silver and 250 copper for yourself. Cool. Let's have a look here. Let's roll some dice. The first hour goes by uneventfully. You're able to all get a short rest. By your internal body clocks, it's definitely late at night. Are you staying down here, or are you sort of using that short rest to kind of press on?
I think we're pressing on. General
So we-
consensus?
Yeah, but did we think that creature left out that secret door on that we led back into the sewers? Is that where we thought he went to?
Is that a question for me or the group?
That was a question for you.
I mean, you didn't see him leave the room. So I think
Okay.
it's probably a better question for Caden or Loam, who I think were in the corridor when they saw the creature. I don't think you even saw I don't think you even saw the Mind Flayer.
No, I was just going up what I asked Floon. He said he
Yeah.
left to the west.
Oh yeah. So Floon could probably give you a like. Oh yeah, he went that way. Like, that's the last I saw him.
Yep. Okay.
As
And there's not
of-
really much else out there other than a door leading out back in the sewer. Sorry, what were you saying, Caden?
As of the hour ending, and Caden, I'll open my eyes, stand up, and just, did I see where Captain went? Or were my eyes closed before? Like, I was meditating, so I'm still aware of my surroundings, so I would have heard him.
Yeah, you would have heard him
north.
wander off. I mean, you would have known which direction he went.
I will wander up to the north and just let him know that we're pressing on.
Through grumbles. Yeah, he gets up and follows after.
And then as I come back, I'll say to everyone, all right, well, if it's of no mind to anyone else, I'll take the lead. And I make my way. I'm assuming like I've been caught up by Phil of what's around here.
Sure.
Yeah,
so
everyone know.
I'll go through the secret door.
Yeah.
And make an assumption based on what I know of the area from earlier. I'll go to that little squeezy hole. And say I have a feeling that he may have gone this way. The rest of the party.
Captain's just really perturbed that there's more doors being opened.
And I will I'll squeeze through that hole into that basement.
You start squeezing through the narrow hole. Again, you find yourself in a cellar. The place down here smells a bit ripe in terms of obviously it's near the sewers. It's a bit musty and whatnot down here. There seems to be a lot of storage, like boxes, crates, etc. And there is a staircase that appears to lead up to sort of like a trapdoor.
All right. I want to just quickly survey the room, see if there's anything stored in here that could be of any use to the party. I'll also like to convey to Ice that as we walk past this is going back just a tiny bit, as we walk past that murder hole, that was the murder hole, and I believe that if it is of any mind to you, there may be a crossbow on that dead goblin from before.
His eyes light up, with the power of 1,000 suns, and he sprints his way back to the room with the dead goblin from earlier.
You find a dead goblin in there that has a short bow, and it's a pretty crappily made one, but it's serviceable.
Yeah. He picks that up and slings it over his back, and thinking he's found a new way to play his viol.
Cool.
And then then I'll survey the room, see if there's anything in here. Before...
Yeah, so you start kind of looking around, going up to different parts of the room, looking into the cupboards and so on.
It's a 7 on investigation anyway.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. As you're looking around, Caden, and you're sort of like getting deep into it, you're like trying to see. Yeah, it's gloomy down here. The stuff's like labeled poorly. It's all in different spots. You're really in depth looking at your work. Loam, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's big.
Okay. Hayden, you feel something behind you as you're sort of like looking around and stuff. You feel a figure sort of move up behind you, and Loam, you see certainly well before Caden does a sort of a rat-like creature, sort of with the head of a rat, like a humanoid body. It's about half Caden's size, with a short sword in its hand, and sort of rough rat-like teeth, looking like this. Wait, should I portrait? Should I play this?
Yeah.
God damn were rats.
Looking like this, and in a moment, the sword is around. It's sort of like held at your throat, Caden, and the rat says, "What are you doing trying to steal our stuff? What are you doing in our basement? I should kill you. Maybe I should bite you." And he says, "Drow," and sort of looks at you, Loam. He says, "Drow are invading from the Underdark, coming to steal our things."
She just like puts out her hands very like placatingly. She like sheaths her sword real quick and just kind of like, "Come, friend. We mean you no harm. We're not here to take your things. We are searching for a tentacle-faced creature. Have you seen him pass here? We are just passing through."
Yeah. I just dragged your short bow into your
Okay, cool.
foundry inventory because I saw you were trying to make a new one. I just thought
Yeah.
it might make it a bit easier to just drag one for you. So the rat kind of keeping his eyes on you, Loam, sword to Caden's throat, is so it says tentacles. No tentacles here. We are we're the shard shunners. No tentacles with the shard shunners. We know of the tentacled one, though.
Friend, can you remove the dagger from my friend's throat? Let us all talk, and we will get this person for you.
He says, "But you are armed. You've broken into our place. I should kill him
We're
now.
sorry we
This
did
thief."
not play. He has not stolen any of your things. We did not know this was your place, and we apologize. Please, just let us pass through. We will be on our way and get out of your place.
How did you get in here? Why are you lost in our basement? What?
We have been turned around. We've been following some yellow signs. Do you know who left them here?
Oh, so you're part of the Xanathar Guild, following their signs, looking for recruits. Well, you'll not find it here. We shall go to war before we bow to the Xanathar.
While this is happening, can I bonus action Misty Step?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna Misty Step. There's that marked off. I'm gonna appear over here. And I'm just gonna say to him, "Lower your weapons. We are not here to harm you, but if you intend to harm us, I will harm you."
He just yells, starts yelling, "Get out! Get out! The intruders in the basement! Shard shunners!" He doesn't move towards you, but he starts yelling for help.
I'm just gonna walk in, like stand in front of Caden, my arms like still out, and be like, "Whoa, friend, whoa. Like I said, we're just passing through. If you point us towards the tentacle man, we will be on our way, leaving all of your things in their place. Don't need to call for your friends' reinforcements."
He's sort of like, he's all charged up now. He's like, "There's no tentacle man here. We have nothing to do with the Xanathar Guild. Get out. We want nothing to do with you and your guild and your tentacles. You'll not take over our patch."
The captain, having heard quite enough, steps into the out of the squeezy little tunnel, and shouts at the rodent-looking being, and says, "Shut your snivel and trap, you rodent, and get out of our way!"
They're coming out of the walls. Get out. And you hear like thumping and slamming of doors from upstairs, and the door to the stairs opens, and you see more of these sort of creatures at the top of the stairs.
Loam just turns to Caden and says, "Look what you've done."
I didn't do nothing.
And yeah, so the door opens, and you hear one of them yelling yells down, "Roscoe, what's wrong? What's happening?" And he yells up, "People came in from the sewers. The Xanathar Guild strikes at us, friend, brother. The Xanathar is making his move, trying to steal our turf."
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We are definitely part of some guild. I don't know anyone called Xanathar. We are looking for a tentacle-faced man. Point us in the right direction. We'll be on our way.
Give me a persuasion check, Loam, to try and as I see you're trying to obviously like diffuse the situation.
Diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
Please be good. Oh.
They don't seem very swayed, and you hear them sort of like they're all kind of like it's definitely getting heated now. They haven't pushed to attack you yet, but they're still like they're yelling at you to get out. Like, go back from whence you came. Tell the Xanathar he won't get any here. We'll turn his entire crew before we give up a single inch.
Upon that, I'm just going to say, all right, say no more. We are not here to wrong you. And I'm just going to make my way back through the wall and into the sewers.
I will follow. Tapping Iceland on the shoulder on the way out as well.
Yeah. Captain's just gonna glower back at them and be like, "I'll remember your faces. Don't let me see you again." And leaves.
Oh, not much luck in there, guys.
No. A bunch of rats. They seem to be cursed. And then I'm just going to I would like to have a look, or actually I might. What has Phil been doing?
Yeah, what's Phil up to?
Waiting outside the hole for you guys.
Okay. As I come out, I'm just going to say to Phil, did you notice anything? Any tracks or markings of possible where our tentacle-faced friend has run off to?
I haven't had a look, but I mean, we could try an investigation, see if we can track where he went from here. I mean, it seems like we've almost exhausted all options.
If anyone would like to investigate, I will assist with that.
Yeah,
give
me
it
an
a shot.
investigation check, Phil.
It is a 15, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
And then with assist, does that give me
advantage actually? So you
advantage?
can.
I didn't roll advantage. Okay. Yeah, 15.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of had a look out this way, and you sort of start looking around, kind of trying to get see if there's any kind of trail or anything. Now, the creature as described to you does float, so it's not like it's leaving any footprints. Also, if it did, they'd be washed away by the sewers. But as you've been spending your time around here and you've kind of looked around a bit, you do get a bit of a whiff of magic. And it actually draws you back to this room, where in the middle of this otherwise empty room is a stone pillar carved with a small symbol. A perfect circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating outward from its circumference. In the middle of the circle is a smaller circular indentation that bears a passing resemblance to a lidless eye. And you can kind of get a bit of a smell in the air, like a bit of a whiff of magic in the air around this thing. You haven't studied it much, but I would imagine that it's like, what's the It is conjuration magic.
Conjuration
The school of conjuration, which is, I think, not really a specialty of yours.
No, it is not. No. Okay, and that there's an indent on the top of it,
Like a circular indent.
like a socket, like something would be put inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Could I roll Arcana to see if I could figure out what it's used for?
Yeah.
Can I please assist with that? Because I am proficient in Arcana.
Sure. Yeah. So you two put your heads together to try and work it out.
I got a nat 20. So
Oh.
25.
Yeah. You're pretty sure that this is a teleportation device. You need some kind of item to put in this column to activate it, and then it would, typically these things, like you remove the item and then the portal or whatever it was would close after a period of time.
Okay. Well, I relay that to the group and let them know. I think this tentacled beast is teleported out of here potentially. We might have lost any leads we had.
Could I see if there's any way that I could jerry-rig it, as I do use teleportation magic?
With his natural 20, you probably know, and seeing as you're assisting, you're both like comparing notes. This is definitely the kind of thing that would require some kind of magic item or relic, like a specific. It's sort of like a key in the hole. It's not. It's not like you could just like put a bag of sand on there, Indiana Jones style. Like you'd need the right thing to almost like power the device.
Yeah, my thought process was maybe I could use something that uses teleportation magic to sort of jolt it. But the downside is I only have Misty Step, which, like, maybe casting Misty Step situated on my hand over the precipice of it.
No, you're pretty sure it's like you need an item to put in here, and that item would interact with this thing like a key in a lock.
Yeah, okay. Well, guess since we've noticed that, I would probably agree with Phil that we can't really do anything here.
We did get what we came here for. We've found Floon. Rain has already been saved. Maybe it's time to return to Volo?
Yes.
And get the gold.
Yeah, collect the rest of our gold.
Well, we have
Then I never have to see your dirty mugs again.
Oh, Captain, I believe we will be seeing quite a bit of each other.
Yeah.
I've grown quite fond of you, you blabbering buffoon.
I need a drink.
To the tavern, then.
All right, so you make your way sloshing through the city sewers, making your way downtown until eventually you get back to the surface and start walking the streets of Waterdeep. Obviously, sort of late at night, if not kind of early in the morning. You're all a bit sort of battered and bruised. As you make your way back up from sort of where you'd ended up in the dock kind of district, back up into the sort of more civilized parts of town. Let me city town. Sorry, I'm just gonna pull up my maps. Here we go. Waterdeep. And where are you here? Waterdeep side, we got Caden, Captain Iceleeson, Loam, Phil, and who is it? Floon.
I will immediately make my way over to the bar and order. Jesus, that is loud.
sorry.
That's just on my end.
That was quite loud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I assume that the person I see to my right as I walk in, is that Volo?
Yeah, so as soon as you enter in, Volo is sort of drinking alone at one of the tables, anxiously sort of looking up, and he springs up and runs to embrace each of you as soon as he sees his dear friend.
I raise a finger and walk straight past him. I go straight to the bar and say, "Could I please get 3?" I yell back across the tavern and say, "Which drinks? What would you like? Ale for you, Captain? I'm assuming."
Arr.
Okay, Loam, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. Phil.
Do you think they have tea here? Volo, do you have tea?
Well, I will ask. And to your friend, Floon.
He says, something stronger, whiskey if you got it.
Okay, and Volo, what would you like?
He says, "Oh well, I've just bought. Let's get a bottle of wine to celebrate the return of my friend and the hero's return."
Well,
Your shout, little one.
I will order everything that has been asked for, bar the bottle of wine, because I'm going to make Volo pay for that one.
Sure.
Volo can pay for all of it.
I'll flick a gold piece across the bar, just to pay for my my companions.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
And then I take a seat.
The captain's just going to stick his hand out into the face of Volo and demand that you pay up, little man.
Yeah, he says, in fact, let's put you all at the big table, because that's where everyone can fit.
You're on a big boy table.
Look at the little big boy table. Look at that.
I'll actually stand at the head of the table.
I was gonna say, captain's just standing next to him, hand out, waiting to be paid.
Loam really absorbed him in that hug, so he ran over and hugged her, but being smaller than her, she kind of lifted him up off his feet a little bit.
Whirled him around just a little bit.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh well, how much did I promise you again?"
500 gold pieces.
500 each.
He says,
I'll take it.
"Well, I confess that I have but few coins to spare right now, but never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Allow me to present something much more valuable."
Is it a ship?
He holds out a scroll tube, and he says, "This is a deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. Of course, we'll need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, and I'll arrange a meeting with one after you've inspected the estate and deemed it satisfactory. But this should more than cover the outstanding balance for the services you've performed."
I will take that deed.
Yeah, I was gonna say the captain was just gonna slap it out of his hand onto the table.
Yeah, Caden will take the deed and look to Phil and Captain and just say, "If it's no different to you, I will give you some gold. But I will take this deed."
Captain's just still eyes locked with Volo, hand out still, just other hand creeping towards his dagger at his waist.
I mean, I didn't sign up for this, but I heard 500 gold, and I'd be happy to take 500 gold from you, Caden. You're welcome.
No. I will give you what I can. I do believe we did save your life.
Pretty sure it was like 50 gold split between all of us.
I definitely don't think it was
worked out-
500.
It was 500 gold total for everyone, split between us all, but we took half to begin with.
Yeah, he
Or something.
gave you.
Wait,
He
no,
paid
I
like
have-
he paid like half up front.
I had 76 gold pieces at the start of this and 1 platinum. I got the 4 gold off of Phil, so I am imagining it was 40 each.
How the fuck am I so poor?
How much do you have?
Pretty poor too.
19 gold?
I got 14 gold.
You didn't update your character sheet, and you didn't get anything, Phil, because you.
Unless
we found
Caden
you
took
late.
all the money.
Yeah, well,
I have
did Caden
loams
out
and
there.
mine. I have loams and mine.
Good, that's right. I was like,
Yeah.
I have no money.
Yeah, Loam gave all of her gold to me to hold, and then she spent some of it as well on that
Oh, yeah.
phylactery.
I did spend some of my gold. I do remember that.
Yeah. But I will I'll give the platinum piece to Captain because it's the shiniest one.
That's how you keep a man happy.
I'll flick him a platinum, and I'll give 10 gold to Phil as well.
Sure. I mean,
I'll deduct those.
I wasn't promised anything, so thank you. I appreciate it. It still doesn't go quite enough of the way towards me learning any of those spells. Don't like it too.
We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. And I'll look at Loam and just say, I still have your gold. I will mark it down that I owe you a little more in return.
So
Shrug.
What is this
just on a meta level, can I understand? So Caden's accepting the deed for the property as like mission's done. Yes, we will accept the payment, and then he said, "I will pay each of you your share of this price." And
Well, I mean, no, I will.
so
pay
he's
them
taking like a
as-
$100 like a 500 gold property, and then giving you each like 10
Essentially,
gold
what
for
I'm
it.
doing is to sweeten the deal because everyone else is like Caden wants property because he's a lord and he's lost his everything at a meta
Sure.
level. So he's very interested in this property, but he will happily pay everyone gold to go and inspect the property.
Whereas the captain
And-
could give less of a shit about property.
Exactly.
Just wants that gold and that ship.
Caden
I
wants to
mean-
rebuild his name.
Phil's not an idiot, and he knows how much this is worth, and he'd much rather get his share.
Yeah,
But
no, I paid
again,
it so we get
My life was saved.
to look
and-
at it.
I wasn't actually part of this job. Volo didn't hire me, so
I mean, theoretically, he hired these guys to come rescue you ostensibly. He only really said Floon because he didn't know if Floon was hanging out with you guys. But
I
he
feel like
kind
I'm not really owed anything.
yeah.
But no, you are with us now, and I would like to inspect the property, and whatever is within that property, we will divvy up. This gold is just to sort of sweeten the deal, so they have some monetary value for a job well done, sort of thing.
Captain's still just got his hand in Volo's face and it's just like, you said you had some coin on you, short one.
And Volo sort of puts his hands up and he's like, but the property is worth far more gold than, I mean, I could give you some gold,
Now-
but then I'd need a share in the property. And I'm not
Volo,
much of
we
a...
have
not-
yet to see this property. We do not know what it is worth. It could be in tatters. It could be worth nothing.
Oh, it's
I
a very
really
historical
wish-
building in the North Ward of town, a very nice part of town. That's where all the nobility are. Up there, it's got good bones.
Captain's just gonna grab Volo on either side of his head and just stare him in the eyes and be like, "Do I look like I want a bloody house?"
Caden,
He says, "Well, then you must take it up with Master Caden here, because it seems he is
Lord.
His lordship of the manor of the Troll Skull Manor, or whatever he will I'm sure rename it. I cannot give you coin and the deed. That would be outrageous. The deed far outvalues the amount that I owe you."
Pay up, short one, or I'll put you 3 inches closer to the ground.
I
He
say
says,
to,
"Well, then I will take back the deed, and I'll try and sell it and get the money together, and then you must understand though, you may have to wait a day or two to get that money."
Caden will just grab the deed. He grabs the bottle of wine off the table, grabs Volo by the shoulder, and says, "Take me to this property. I wish to inspect. I wish to at least have a look at it before we start." And I look at Captain with a sharp eye and say, "I wish to at least inspect what we have been promised."
Bring him back! I'm gonna throw him in the hole!
I'll bring him back and you may throw him in the hole, but I wish to look at the property first. And then I wink at Volo with a little smirk, just to be like, as if to say, like, I'm just entertaining him.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Cool. So he says, "Oh, at this hour, I guess so, and you know we'll need to take a carriage to get there." And
At cost to you.
Okay. And where are we here? Yeah, cool. Let's put you guys up here. So you hop in a carriage with Volo. You all squeeze in and take.
We're all very tall.
Yeah.
This would be the most awful smelling carriage ride in the world.
I
Oh,
like to think that, like, you two will have cast prestidigitation on yourselves and cleaned
don't make that
yourselves off.
decision for them.
I like to imagine
don't play
that
their
the guys
characters for
that
them.
have-
No, you can't make that call.
I mean, my character has soap and perfume on him, but whether or not he'll ever use them, that's questionable.
I
Fair
assume that's for
enough, okay.
snacks. I assume that's.
Does he have frankincense as well and some myrrh?
Nah, I wish though.
Oh man.
So
It's
Make
you-
it
literally
real good.
full of like
Alcohol.
rotting bones and like pieces of corpses that she pulled out of the gelatinous cube.
I'm imagining this carriage ride is like an Uber into the city on a Friday night because I did bring the bottle of wine.
Yeah. So you make your way up the high road, past the trades ward, past the castle ward, past the city of the dead, which is sort of like the town's graveyard, up past the market, and I think you guys have been in Waterdeep for a little bit, but you probably haven't gotten around the town massively. But you see, especially now that you're in a carriage and you can kind of make your way through. Here's the castle ward, looking all nice and proper and so on. Definitely not a place for most of you. That most of you would spend some time in. And you go past the marketplace, and you see sort of some of the giant statues that the city is famous for, such as the God Catcher, which is sort of a giant statue catching a ball or a rock out of the sky.
I have seen this sport before. I think they call it volleyball.
You also pass by the Great Drunkard, not Captain Iceleeson, but like a statue that has fallen backwards and sat upon a building, and then they built like a tavern in its lap. And eventually,
As they go past it, the captain is just going to be like, "They asked me to model for that."
I'm just going to take a swig and just shake my head.
Cool. So eventually you make your way to the North Ward. Where is this? Field Ward. North Ward. Just before dawn, as well, the light's starting to creep in, and this is very much like the cafe district. Like it's real, maybe like Upper Fitzroy kind of area. Real swanky coffee shops, broadsheet newspapers, and the streets are just starting to kind of come to life. There's servants, getting things ready out in the houses and so on, it's sort of a lovely part of the city. Eventually, you're brought to the house in Troll Skull Alley. It's filled with people who can share, who started to go about their day. There's all sorts of stuff in this alleyway in general, but the main thing that takes your eye is sort of a 3 to 4 story giant manor house that Volo points out is Troll Skull Manor.
Does Caden, from his past, recognize the manor or the surrounds?
Yes. Yeah. So this is probably quite an old manor house that used to be probably quite well done up and famous. It is now looking a little grim, and looks like it's sort of fallen into disrepair somewhat. But it is it was quite well known for some time. Many years ago, as one of the prominent manor houses in this area, and it even had sort of the surrounding area of it was quite the market district.
Okay, and at a meta level, is this noticeable to Caden in what you and I spoke about when I originally made Caden?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And you, as a noble, would potentially know that, a manor house of this, like in this part of the city, if it was done up, probably worth like 5,000 gold in its current state. Maybe as a fixer-upper job. The land alone is probably worth 1,000 gold, even if you demolish this place.
Caden is going to look at it. More the meta level thing. Would Caden believe this to be his home?
Potentially. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Caden's.
If we would like it to be. However, of course, you are holding a deed that says that, a transfer of ownership deed that is currently unsigned by any magistrates.
Yes.
Saying that the property is currently owned by Volothamp Geddarm, and he would like to transfer it to this adventuring group.
Caden
with
will
spaces for your names, etc.
His whole demeanor changes, and he looks sharply at Volo, and will say, "How did you come to own this piece of property?"
I recently won it in a game of chance. I sort of sought the owner because I thought I could use it in investigating maybe it would yield a chapter for my next book. You must remember I wrote the Waterdeep Enchiridion, a sort of a guide to the City of Splendors, and for my next book I was hoping to maybe do a chapter on this district or something in here, but alas, of course, I have my debts to pay with you, and I would rather stay on your good side rather than take this time to perhaps it'll be worth a chapter in my book when that eventually comes out. I would rather not raise your ire, of course.
I would then say to Volo, who was the previous owner of this property? Because this property is quite known to me, although the last time I may have seen it, it was definitely not in this state of disrepair.
He said... hold on. Previous owner, a man I wanted off, who's terrible at cards, and just an all-round sort of a gambler by trade. I believe his name was Maverick Hunter V.
Amazing.
Okay, because Caden will just seem very interesting. Although, how long has this property been like this? Do you know?
I think it's been at least sort of 50 years, if not longer, since people have actually used this place. There was stories that it obviously had been a part of a family, but they'd lost it, or their last the heir went missing or something. So it fell. It was sold to. I think it became a children's home for some time, and it was a tavern for a little while before that. It's gone through a couple of different changes.
Would there be a called like a flagstone or something on the property, or any marking to show the original family name of the property?
If there was one, it has worn away with time.
Oh, Caden will go over to it and wipe the dust aside, and obviously see that it is just now a stone.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like mutter. I don't know if anyone hears him, but he'll mutter to himself. It was. I remember this like it was yesterday. Quite clearly was not. And we'll turn back to Volo and say, Volo, I believe this to be my family home. I have been searching for this.
He says, "Oh, well, I'm glad that that fates have thrown us together, and that I can not only pay you back for your quest with this property, but that your friends or family here today can share in its bounteousness with you. I imagine you'll be looking to do it up and reinstate yourself as a fine member of the community."
I wouldn't go so far as to say fine. I'm still going to be doing quite a lot of searching, as there's a lot that I do not know currently. And I'll look at Volo again and just say, I'd like to offer trade with you, if at all possible.
Okay, what are you after? I mean, I'm already offering you this property in exchange for not paying my other debt, so what is it that you're after?
I am the rightful heir to this property. I was here when it was built, and 50 years doesn't sound right to me, but that's neither here nor there. I can tell you of the history of this ward and of this area, of this home. I can show you the nooks and crannies, but I would still waive payment to me. I do not need the gold, I do not wish it, but please pay my friends part of what is owed to them, to some extent, and I will take the property, but the doors are open to you, and I will show you everything that need be shown. Write your book.
He says, even if I had the gold to give them now, I couldn't give you the property and the gold. I'd be paying you twice over. I'm already paying you thrice over with the value of this property. If this is what you demand, then if you prefer gold, that's fine. Just you'd need to give me days to sell this place so that I can. I'd have to sell it at an incredible lower value, and perhaps you can bargain with the new owner for its ownership. But
And
that your demands are your trade is unreasonable, sir.
Alright, I'll look to the party then and just say to the Captain, if you forego or sharing the gold now, I will do whatever is within my power. Locate your ship, pay you in full, through be it service or gold. Phil did have an extensive library, and there may be relics still stored in the property that you are welcome to. And I'll look at Loam and say, get a cool house, and I'll help you with whatever you need.
Loam just kind of walks up to the captain, seeing, he's very money oriented, puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "My friend, think of the riches that we will find hunting down that octopus face. And now we have this sweet home base. Of course, we can pursue him to the ends of the earth and still have somewhere to come back to. Would you join us and hunt him down?"
The captain, very visibly deep in thought, fiddling with his dagger, points
Think of
it
the treasure.
lackadaisically at Volo's face. And says, "You're lucky you hired the right people. But I ever see your damned face again, I'll be the Jack Ketch you'll be hanging with." Which means to be hung from the gallows.
Thank you.
And Loam just like squeals and gives the captain a big hug and then kind of runs into the house.
Phil, what are you doing? What's your response to this?
I mean, I did only meet you guys yesterday, but I'm in Waterdeep for studies at the moment. I am paying board at an inn in the town, and it is costing me quite a bit of money. If you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind staying in one of your rooms and the chance to look through the library if it is still. I mean, looking at the state of the house, it doesn't seem like any nice books are in there to me, but something to read is always nice. Yeah, I'd be happy to stay here if that's all right with you, Caden. You're welcome to keep the deed to the property. It's nothing that I'm very interested in.
In turn, I'll extend an offer and say you will not be staying here. You will be living here. There is a room that will always be yours.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, considering the short time we've known each other. But thank you, I appreciate it.
And as
Would you like to show us around your home?
Well, before we do that, we should probably go and sign the deed.
Yeah, Vola says, I mean, it's late. I mean, it's so late. It's early. I will send word to the magistrates. How about you go in, have a look around, make yourselves at home, and I will go seek the magistrates out, bring them here, and we'll get this all signed away, and we can perhaps raise a glass in your new and old house, returned to its rightful owner, and you can start telling me those tales of what you knew of this place, and we can add it to the story.
The captain, upon hearing this, is just gonna break out into a big old grin and still pointing the dagger at Volo and be like, "I'll be coming with you to make sure you don't try and swindle us again, you slimy spilled rat."
Okay, so Captain
I'll
Isolation
look at Captain and just nod.
goes with Volo. It's sort of like the equivalent of 6 a.m. to go and be at the courthouse and rouse the magistrate. Make an appointment with a magistrate and bring them over. Whilst Loam has kind of run inside, and Loam, you see,
He's already
yeah, the
captain somehow hasn't been arrested with all the threatening he's doing.
Yeah. And Volo's taking it in stride, I suppose. This is...
He knew who he hired.
Yeah, this is pretty standard.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. You've seen a lot of adventurers like that. Yeah.
So the first room in this house, Loam, that you kind of run into through the main doors, you run in. I wonder if Loam actually just runs in through, like, bashing the door open, because it's probably locked. Just like you knock it off, you just barge in, knocking the door open, like the plate that the door latches into just goes flying, tinkling into the room, and inside the sort of ground floor is what appears to be sort of a big, almost like a tavern. It's got like a big greeting area and a bar, and behind them, everything's sort of covered with broken furniture, tarnished silverware. There's cobwebs and dust on everything, sort of thing. And Caden and Phil sort of, at a much slower pace, enter into the building after you, to have a look around, and that's where we maybe leave it for this week, as Loam, Caden, and Phil are inside the property. Captain Isolation and Volo in another carriage on their way to the magistrate's office. And as Caden, as you're looking around, kind of you're getting feelings of nostalgia and memories associated with objects and locations, and the front door slams shut, and you hear a voice emanate throughout the building. You naughty, naughty children. You're up after dark. Auntie is not happy. And that's where we end it.
Ooh.
Foreboding.
Captain not locked inside with us.
Captain's got no idea.
He's got like a ball phobia now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I hope
Awesome.
you enjoyed
Thanks,
that.
Dan.
Thank you for everyone going along with my little story part.
Hey, it's cool, man. I literally just met you guys yesterday. It's for me. It's just like I don't even know what's going on a little bit, but fuck, free board. That's cool.
I feel like we've all only known each other like a couple of hours longer than Phil's known the rest. Well, me
Well, yeah, I
at
think
least.
Loam and Kate have known each other for a fair bit, right? But then it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
the captain was just happened to be near them at the yawning portal when he
Yeah.
when he heard that they, oh, you guys are getting paid? What? Oh, yeah, I'm with them. I'm getting paid.
Yeah. I want to get paid.
That's so good.
Yeah, so cool. Thoughts, feelings, happy, end of a chapter. I think at that point, actually, you'd probably all level up to level 5. Would be
Cool.
reasonable.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna level up.
Awesome.
Do we
Regular.
just level up?
Spells.
Do we do the level up via D&D Beyond?
Yeah, do it via D&D Beyond, and then we can always add more things into... D&D Beyond is kind of like the master copy, and then we can import or sync from there. But yeah, so
That level spells.
that's chapter 1 of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Hope you've enjoyed it so far.
Definitely. Thanks so much, Dan.
No worries. And thanks to those people who were watching. I saw obviously Josh and Maddie in the chat there as well. We had a couple of people tuned in. We got some subs yesterday. So that's cool. If you enjoyed it, make sure you do all the likes and the subscribes and the follows and all that nonsense, because that makes Illustre happy. She likes to see, the goddess of the moon likes to see more likes and more follows. I don't know when we'll be back for another one. I mean, if we're still locked down next weekend, maybe we'll be back next weekend for another session.
Cool.
And go from there.
Cool.
Level 5 bard ability is so nice. I get my inspiration back on short rests.
I get smite.
Oh, cool.
I've got Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is we enter the hole in the Yawning Portal. If anyone wants to take these characters there after we're finished playing with Dan.
It could be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's at the base of the Yawning Portal is the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is just like a crazy dungeon crawl, I think.
Yeah, just a massive dungeon. Yeah, from level 5 to level 20.
Yeah.
Oh, I get level 3 spells.
Or you can always the other side of it is you build up the manor house and maybe even get embroiled in the different factions that are vying for the lost gold, the dragon horde, if you will.
Yeah.
I want to find the octopus.
Why is it always dragons?
Well, you've come to the wrong city, Captain, because in Waterdeep, a gold coin is called a dragon because on one side is a dragon.
Yeah, he shouldn't have sunk his ship outside of the city, that's for sure.
Get him a new one. Get him at
Send
least. We'll get him on a ship or until we find him a ship.
Yeah, I mean, if you find the lost coins of that Neverember embezzled, I mean, that would probably buy a couple of ships, a fleet of ships, if you will.
Big treasure.
Well, the captain could become an admiral.
He's never gonna follow the law.
Oh, an evil admiral. A pirate admiral, then, okay?
Phil's obsessed with dragons, so anything to do with the dragon horde sounds interesting to him.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some opposites here.
Although I guess
Phil would get along really well with Ymir.
Well, Phil,
yeah.
you'd know this, and the captain may not, but dragons are unable to enter the city of Waterdeep because there's a thing called the dragon staff that is wielded or sort of controlled by one of the masked lords of Waterdeep, and it prevents dragons from entering the city unless they are given permission.
That's cool. Awesome.
But yeah, so it's a very obviously powerful magical artifact that gives you control over dragons to a certain extent.
Yeah, I'd be keen on studying that.
But yeah, so cool. All right, I'm going to end the stream there, and just so we can have a bit of a debrief offline as well. Thank you, everyone who was watching. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.